Yo, Kyle, what's for lunch?
Chef Donny, I'm from Cincinnati. I love my chili. I can't wait to have your version of Skyline Chili.
Oh boy, that's a first. Let's get cooking.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Guys, welcome back to What's for Lunch. Today, we're joined by Minnesota Vikings legend, Kyle Rudolph. Kyle, welcome to the kitchen.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm from Minnesota, so I was expecting maybe like Juicy Lucy, maybe some chicken wild rice soup, maybe a hot dish, but you're a Cincinnati guy, we're doing Skyline Chili. I've never made it before, so you know, this should be interesting, this should be a good one.
I'm excited, you know, being a Cincinnati guy, I don't get this often. Minnesota was home for 12 years, so all those things I've had a lot of. I'm actually headed to Minnesota tomorrow,
Okay,
so
let's go.
You got to get me my Skyline Chili fix, and then I'll get all my Juicy Lucy and hot dishes and all that stuff from Minnesota this weekend.
Fair enough. We'll get you chopping an onion first. So I'll do the first half here, and then we'll have you do the second. While you were living in Minnesota, did you have a favorite, like a go-to restaurant downtown? Where'd you like to go?
Oh man, I think one of the things people don't realize about Minneapolis and the Twin Cities is how good the food is.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our favorite chefs there, Gavin Kaysen.
I worked for Gavin Kaysen. It was my first job when I was in high school. When he first opened Spoon and Stable, I was a prep cook there for a couple of months. That's a beautiful restaurant. It's one of my favorites in Minneapolis. Whenever I can go back and like get a seat, it's always a treat. So with the onion, we're slicing it just into that root.
Yeah.
To try to hold it in. Then you do one slice on the inside, and then you come down, and then you get like a perfect dice that way. So you know you can go slow and steady on this. We're not trying to set any speed records here.
So I don't need my fingers anymore.
Yeah, well,
not
we'll
catching touchdowns,
keep
but
them tucked.
yeah.
If you keep them tucked like this, like if you have the knuckle, it never goes above that. You can't cut it.
So you said one in the middle.
So first you're gonna go just straight down up until that root kind of holds it all together. So you're gonna go right before that. Yeah, just like straight lines across. We'll start with that. We'll start with the ones across.
All right, sounds good.
And if you want to hold your knife, the way to hold it, like most control, is you have your thumb here and your forefinger, and like the handle doesn't really matter. You can kind of just grip it like that.
Cool.
There it is.
In the middle?
The middle one we can skip. You know what? The middle one, I'll rock in the middle one, because if you get cut on this show and it comes back on me, I don't want that.
That'll be good. Now we're just straight down, right?
We're just straight down. So did you grow up down like in Cincinnati? How often would you eat Skyline Chili?
I mean, at least once a week.
Is it once a week?
Yeah.
Is it something that people eat from Cincinnati and they're like, oh, this is really good, and then anyone else tries it and they're kind of like, what is this? Or
very much so. Okay. And I think too, it's like, you know, like for instance, my wife is from Michigan, and you know, at first she was kind of like, what is this?
Take that.
An acquired taste.
Okay.
Because I think at first, and I see it here, you got the chocolate and the cinnamon.
Yep.
Like it catches people off guard.
It does.
Because they're like, oh, chili. Chili's supposed to taste a certain way. The taste and like texture profile of runny chili over noodles or runny chili on a hot dog with cheese, like the Conies, it's just different.
It's different.
When you grow up there, it's a way of life.
It seems closer to like a meat sauce, almost like a ragu, than a chili, which I like. And you know what? The flavor is sweet. The cinnamon threw me off, and then like the chocolate. So you do have a sweetness involved. But the one thing I'm going to do, so the old school recipes, old school is all you get water, and you boil water, and then you basically just put everything in the pot, and that like. Not browning the meat is like that kills me, and not having the onions cook a little bit before the water. So we're changing one thing. Instead of water, we'll use beef stock.
Okay.
The more flavor there, and then we're gonna just saute the onions quickly in butter before. That's it. The rest I'm keeping.
If you're cooking with butter, I'm good with it.
All right, good.
Can't hurt, right?
No, it can't hurt. You need a little butter. I mean, like, you're still very, very fit. It's not gonna hurt. How strict was your diet when you were playing?
You know, I think for me being a like high school basketball player that was skinny, you know, diet became a huge part of my regimen early on, because I had to gain weight to play tight end. Like you can't be 220 pounds and play tight end. It won't work.
Right.
So in high school, diet became a huge part, but it was like go to Chipotle and eat 2 burritos diet. Like literally consume as many calories as you possibly can. Then as I got older, I played at about 265 in college. Then it became, okay, don't become a tackle. So my diet changed. It became, you know, be careful. If you go eat 2 Chipotle burritos, you're gonna be playing right tackle instead of tight end.
Right.
So it was kind of always changing, but I will say the one constant throughout high school, college, and the NFL is like diet and nutrition is always a part of what you do. And now retired, it was kind of nice to just eat whatever and drink whatever and not have to worry about it.
Right, yeah, I bet. The spices, okay, I'm changing this too. The original recipe calls for the spices to be added once like all the liquids are boiling. We gotta toast the spices out a little bit in the onion. So we're going with chili powder, cinnamon, allspice, a little bit of ground cloves in there, and then some chili flake and some garlic powder. And that's it. So you like traditional chili would have a lot more cumin, like chipotle, some cayenne in there. This is on the more like a Swedish meatball almost, like in spices. But so we're gonna give these a quick toast in there. That's just me changing the recipe. If people out there that are Cincinnatians might be losing their mind, but look, I had to change just this small thing.
I'm getting some of the smell already, so whatever you're doing is working.
Smelling right? All right, we're on track. Yeah, I've never made this, so you're gonna be a good judge of if I'm even close. And then a little tomato paste is gonna go in there. And two, with tomato paste, we're gonna let that cook just a little bit. And I'm gonna put some beef stock in here. So did you ever get to play in the Metrodome?
Oh yeah.
You were in the, okay.
3 years in the Metrodome.
That's when they changed it. And then TCF.
2 years outside at TCF, and then the rest at US Bank Stadium.
How sick is US Bank Stadium? Oh my God. That is the best, I think it's the best stadium in the NFL.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's newer stadiums, Vegas, LA, constantly building new stadiums.
Sure.
And, I would put US Bank Stadium up there with the best.
Let's go. It's been amazing. And now that this is the broth is boiling, we can add our beef. Again, this is something that if I was doing this the other way, I'd usually cook the beef first. You want to brown it, get a lot of flavor on it, but this is the original recipe. So then you just break it up with a whisk. It's not the most appealing looking thing when you get started, but it's a Skyline Chili. So we break that up and then basically bring this to a boil and then let it simmer for like an hour, hour and a half. And then let's put some dark chocolate in there. There's no sweetness at all. It's 100% cacao, very bitter, but that goes in there and that adds, actually that's nice. A chocolate in the chili is a good depth of flavor, but that's essentially it. And here we go, the batch I made this morning. It's been going for about an hour and a half. Is that looking at least visually like what it should look like?
Yeah.
All right, and then it's served over spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
Which is kind of you don't expect chili to go with spaghetti. That's a first.
The three-way, right?
That's how it is. So whenever I'm doing like any kind of pasta though, to get the most sauce on it and everything, I do a little bit in the pan and then we'll build it and then we'll pile it on top.
There's a way to eat it as well, which is wild.
All right.
So
we'll take the tongs here. Let me get the cheese. Now that's a plate of.
That's a plate. This would be probably an XL three-way. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore, but this is massive. So.
Now, are you piling more?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
So theoretically, there's the pasta. That's the spaghetti. So we got spaghetti, now we go chili. Yeah.
And then cheese.
So the cheese, and here's the thing with the cheese, like it is literally
a
mound of cheese.
You say when. You tell me when.
You know that commercial where they're like doing the cheese in the restaurant and the guy gets covered in it?
Yeah.
It's almost that.
Okay, so a comical amount of cheese.
Yes,
almost.
I mean like.
All right, I'll keep going.
I mean maybe the block. We'll see. Oh, that looks good.
That looks
perfect.
good.
And it's like for a long time they even had what was called a skyway where they would say you get 50% more cheese. So like that would say that's a traditional amount.
Wow.
And I mean you're just talking about mounds of cheese. So
there we go. Yeah, no, that is a mound of. That's a mound of cheese, I do say. This is it. This is all you. Every crab-worthy bite, guys, tastes better with Pepsi, especially the zero sugar. Skyline Chili, Kyle Rudolph.
Here we go, Chef Donny, man. I appreciate it. So I said there's a specific way when you eat a three-way, and you don't even need a knife. It's just the fork, and it's like you cut it with your fork.
Okay.
So there it is right there. And it's a scoop with the bite right there on the fork.
All right,
so that is how you cut with the fork and then you scoop.
Look at that. It's not often I learn something from the guests on this show. Let's go. What do you think?
That's good.
Is it close?
That's damn good.
I have nothing to compare it to, so I don't know.
Like if you go to Skyline and sit down in the restaurant, it'll taste different than if you bring it home from the grocery store. Even if you go through the drive-thru. Like I don't really like going through the drive-thru at Skyline. Gotta sit down, gotta eat it. This is a hell of a replication of Skyline Chili.
I'll take it. Well, Kyle, thank you very much. Appreciate you being
Donny.
here. Skol Vikes, let's go. Guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of What's for Lunch. We'll see you next time. Peace.